Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and once again it is time for a bicep and forearm day. A quick reminder, please click a like down below. I would greatly appreciate it. Follow me and subscribe if you aren't already, and leave me a comment down below. Thank you so much. So again, kind of keeping what I'm doing with the biceps, I really want to make sure I get a couple of forced supine movements early in the workout. So I'm doing chin-ups instead of pull-ups these days. I feel like my back is in a good place. I'm not super worried about needing pull-ups in place of chin-ups. Quite frankly, my biceps are just a weaker link. I'm also getting stronger and stronger at the seal rows right now. Those are progressing, so I feel like my back is coming along. Biceps need to be the focus, and so what I'm trying to do is just come in and hit the biceps really hard with some high quality work. And now I'm doing it twice a week. So even though I'm doing the whole conjugate approach, I do 4 days of conjugate. Then I have 2 days of basically just specialized bicep work thrown in. So again, pretty much what I need right now. So for the chins, I do pretty much my full range of motion. Again, we know there's an issue with my elbow lock, and it's been that way a long time. I'm not going to argue about it. I'm just going to do my chins to a dead hang and just focus on going till I kind of can't do another rep with good form. So I increased the weight slightly on the straight bar curls. Yes, I know my waist sounds a little boofy this morning in these shorts. That's okay. I'll deal with it. So with the strict curls, last time I did this, I'm trying to just do this really strict full range of motion. I'm not going to care what anyone thinks about the weight. Anyone starts in with this, while you're using a really lightweight, don't care. Don't care. I need to focus on quality form, full range of motion, hard sets that either get to failure or very close to failure. And then I'll try to progress it as I can, but every time I listen to any nonsense, I start doing cheat curls and then everyone, freaks out on me. So I'm just going to focus on doing a really strict full range of motion curl, keeping the wrist cocked back, taking it all the way to the bottom and then all the way to the top, and trying to progress on it carefully and slowly over time. Again, we're doing plenty of bicep volume hard sets. We're getting stimulus. So what I'm also doing is trying to pick right at that shoulder width for me. Seems to really feel good in terms of that stretch and contraction in the bicep. And so again, what I did here, I went up 5 pounds and I still managed to get 12 reps. I did 3 sets of 12 last time. These were getting challenging near the end, especially the second and third set. Notice I'm struggling a little bit with that last rep or two. All right, they're a little bit hard. I'm having to break form just a little bit, having to strain just to get those reps. So again, we're kind of right at 12 rep maxes for me because again, I'm doing really strict, but notice I kind of have to pause for a second, have to strain. So you'll see me cheat just a little bit maybe on the last rep or so. So that lets us know these are pretty much limit sets for me. They're limit sets. So again, no point in increasing the weight. I want to keep the reps high on most of my work. I'm doing lower reps with the weighted chins. That's good enough. It's just like on all my other stuff. I'm doing mostly 8 plus reps, 8 to 20 reps once I get away from the max work and the speed work on the conjugate, because that's really where I need to be. I need to just be focused on building muscle. And so again, I get good responses from rep work on that personally. I get bigger and thicker when I do plenty of rep work personally. People can argue about that all they want. They can argue about the efficiency of different rep ranges. And I think for me, it's because I'm simply able to get better activation with better form. Less cheating for me. A lot of times when I drop reps really low, I will cheat more on exercises or limit range of motion instead of just really trying to stay strict and just digging in and working the muscle. So it's definitely a factor for me. Plus, then it doesn't beat my joints up. I lift really heavy for my max effort work. We don't need to go heavier on stuff. And some of my supplemental lifts are pretty heavy. Some of my 10 rep sets, 12 rep sets on some movements are objectively heavier than a lot of people I know can do for 2 or 3 reps. So we're moving a lot of weight. Let's just focus on quality reps, bodybuilding on these other movements. So why did I pick the exercises I did? You guys are going to notice kind of what I did today. The more I look at it, I like really hammering the biceps directly with the forced supine movements. So chin-ups and then the strict barbell curls. I go for an easy bar curl next because, again, it does have that little bit of camber. We do work a little more brachialis, and I feel that a little more with that closer grip. So I really like that close grip on this. I feel really good activation. I feel like it still works the biceps really well while hitting that. So again, we're changing the angle slightly just to work these other things, and then I go with hammer curls after. So again, when I look at all of it, and since I think I'm only gonna do about 6 really hard sets of rows every week and progress on them. I feel like my back can be handled by 6 sets of weighted chin, 6 sets of rows, so 12 sets. Because I'm doing all the other speed pulling and the good mornings, that all hits all of the back too. So I feel like that's what I need, and then I'll do a little bit of shoulder work to hit the upper back stuff. I'm going to work more back in. So I do feel like I need a hammer curl. And again, think about it now. We've worked all the positions. We've done a compound and an isolation with a full supine grip, which is where the bicep gets the best activation. Then we've done a little bit of a slight angle with the easy bar, and then the hammer curl takes us into a full hammer position. Again, works more forearm, brachialis, but still works the bicep. So pretty much as I go through the exercises, we go bigger to smaller movements, force bicep, and then allowing a little more brachialis and a little more forearm as we get deeper into the workout. But again, these are all still bicep exercises. This counts as 12 sets for biceps. I mean, a hammer curl and a chin-up are still a bicep movement. The other two, objectively more isolation for the bicep. But these are all bicep movements. So again, do something like this twice a week. That's a ton of volume, like it's gonna be 24 sets. It's a lot. So I did my hammer curls as many reps as I could before form broke. These burned like hell. So I started losing reps. I got somewhere between 15, 17, 18. I kind of lost count at a certain point. I'm just like, when it burned enough to where it cramped and I felt like I couldn't get another rep, or it just kind of stuck. It's like, okay, we're done with those. I notice I'm sweating pretty good at this point. I got fans running and it's not even super hot yet. Definitely sweating in here because of the short breaks. This workout took me about 40 minutes. All the way through the chin-ups up through the barbell wrist curls is about 40 minutes. And I mean, I did a couple reps with body weight on chins to warm up and jump straight into work. But yeah, the hammer curls, again, worked more bicep, more forearm. And then I finished up with some standing barbell wrist curls for sets of 20. I got more than 20 at first. I got like 22 or something on the first set. And then I struggled to get 20 on the third. But because the breaks were short, they were like 45 seconds. I came and just cranked out 20, then like 45 seconds, 20, 20 again, and did the same thing. So again, just making sure we finish off the forearms for the week. I did a little forearm pose right here at the end of this one. Before the next 2 sets, it'll be on camera. Again, like I said, pretty sweaty at this point. And that's going to continue more and more as we go. Definitely continue more as we go. But yeah, so definitely also making adjustments in my diet more and more towards carbohydrate away from fat. I felt like the really, with the fasting, the higher fat approach, I felt like I gained a little body fat, even though the water was down from it. I felt like I gained a little body fat. So anyone who's like, oh, you can eat really low carbs and even, I felt like I got a little boofier from it personally. So just me personally. So I'm rotating back over to really a chicken, broccoli, brown rice type bro diet. All right, I got some kidney beans going in the crock pot with my chicken and brown rice right now. But yeah, finish up with wrist curls, and this pretty much the end of my training week. I'm just going to do 6 days of training each week. Try to optimize on my volumes. Things like biceps are going to get a little more priority. So I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys and gals next time.